What's your take on like streaming services and how they pay?
Um, I mean, it's definitely. I don't think it's fair. I mean, I wouldn't say that artists are compensated well. And that's saying that, and that's speaking specifically for like people that are more established artists and stuff. For somebody like me, like I'm just trying to get my name out there.
Right,
So, I'm not necessarily worried about the dollar sign on what
right.
the stream and tell, or what comes along with getting a stream, the amount of money that's on it. That's not really a worry to me.
Mhm.
But from seeing like specifically like knowing how it is and then knowing like these artists like Drake and these other people that get like millions upon millions of plays, I mean they're probably hardly getting anything off of streams. So yeah, a little unfair, I would say.
Is there anything that you could take from your being in a band experience to today being a solo artist that you've applied to what you're doing now?
Yeah, honestly, I mean I think I apply quite a bit of what I learned in a band to what I am today. I mean, a lot of, you got to think like Sway was a part of our band, so obviously there's a lot of elements that I learned from him. Like, I mean, even watch him like engineer some sessions in the past, or seeing like how he does like his vocals and things. Like, obviously, I'm no Swalo, but like just to
Very
see how
few
he
are.
does things, like like that helps. And then like obviously like everybody, like my writing abilities, like Josh was an avid writer. Like I
Mhm.
would say like watching his craft, I brought to my to the table for myself, like when I write now. Yeah, man, I'd say a lot of those experiences that I learned in that band setting I still use today.
Yeah, me
Mm.
too. Me too. It's almost like sometimes, depending on what kind of records I'm making, I almost have you guys like in my mind when I'm doing the records and shit. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like you have that picture of, okay, how would the band do it? How would I do it in that setting? And can it work? Uh, you know, in a solo setting.
Definitely. Yeah, like I said, I mean, that experience today made me what I am today. So
Yeah.
if we're speaking like from that instance, like I bring it every time I record a song. I'm
Mhm.
bringing with the band. Like what I learned from the band.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it's also a little bit of a struggle because when it was a band, we started talking about money a second ago. When it's a band, if there's costs involved, a lot of times that cost gets divided up. But when you're riding
Yeah.
solo, it's coming out of your wallet and your wallet
Oh
only.
yeah.
How's
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
been?
I'm in a little bit better position in life
Right.
than I was back then.
Sure, sure.
So but to a certain extent, yes. Like it's harder when you're not splitting the money 3, 4, 5 ways or whatever. But I've definitely been blessed with like where I'm at with my
Mhm.
career and everything else. So like it's not it's not breaking me.
Yeah.
So but it would be nice to have some people to split it with. And I still do too. So like if I'm cutting a record with somebody, for instance, like we were talking about Saddle Up, like
Mhm.
shouts out to my buddy Justin Haley. Like he's been there every step of the way, and like he's promoting that joint like it's his own
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
Like so he's all in on like like giving me a little bit of money to
Mhm.
promote to do this promotion and things like that. So yeah, it definitely helps, man. But yeah, man. I mean, ultimately, I would say the creative freedom that I've had, I'll eat the
Yep.
cost
That's see,
just to
that's
be
what I
able to
was
do,
thinking. Yep.
yeah, just to be able to do what I've been.
Absolutely. That's what I was thinking. The fact that you ain't got to run it through 5 other people before you
Right,
spend that money. You know what I mean?
right,
If it's
right,
something that you want to
exactly.
do, you just pull the trigger. So
Yeah.
that's one of the pros of it too. You know what I mean? You ain't got to go through a board of directors and shit.
Right.
And depending on like the people that you're working with and stuff like that, like back in the day, like it'd always be a struggle if somebody was pulling their weight and doing enough, you know, like compared to what this person's doing and everything. So, you know, man, like I said, you eat the cost. You know, I've enjoyed every bit of what I've done here lately. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now
I gotta ask. You want to ask him something, boy?
No, go for it.
Gotta ask, man. What do you prefer? Band or solo?
Solo.
Word?
But with that being said,
Uh-huh.
I still like having a team of people that I can call
Yeah.
and bounce ideas off of.
Yeah.
You know, and I would say that's what I have now.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, I may be doing stuff solo, but
We're still a band.
I may call, you know, I may call you and bounce some ideas off you. I may call Busto and bounce some ideas off him. I may call Jeremy and bounce some ideas off him. You know, like, I have people that I can still, like B-Mac, I still like bounce ideas off him. You know, like, I mean, or at least if I, you know, record a song, I might send it to him, see what he thinks about it, you know, because I know a lot of times he's going to give me honest feedback, you know. So yeah, man, I mean, you know, I would say I still have that, you know, but it's just not, you know, obviously there's not somebody there to co-write every song or nothing.
Right.
But, you know, still having a support system and people to like bounce ideas off of, you know, like I would say that I still have that, you know. So I definitely prefer what I've been doing here lately as opposed to, you know, what ultimately became of the Evolution band, you know, like, but I mean, I loved every bit of Evolution, you know, but, you know, in the end, like tempers flared and egos took over and things of that nature. So, you know, it's hard to keep a band together.
Man. We've managed to do it though. I look at us, we're kind of like New Edition in my head and shit. Where you got Bobby Brown and Johnny Gill and Belle Biv DeVoe and Ralph Tresvant, and then they come together and do what they do as New Edition, and then they go off and do their own thing. And I look at it kind of like that in a sense. You know what I mean? To where if we need to get together like Voltron, we will. But it's very relaxing knowing that, you know, you are the final decision maker of whatever it is you got going on musically.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's what I've enjoyed, you know, because like I said, I can pick and choose if I want to do this promotion or if I want to go here and do this, or if I want to make this song, you know, like it's all solely on me, you know, and you know, it's been a change, but it's been nice.
Yeah. And you talked about the round table and you talked about Busto, like you've kind of taken on a role that I have held for